Please use the chat box for your questions, and we'll have a question and answer session later. Let's make this session interactive and a great learning experience for all. I now request Mr. Hem Prasad, Council Member Chennai Chapter, to introduce our speaker of the day to the audience.
Thank you, sir. It's my pleasure to introduce today's speaker, Mr. Silesh. He's basically a mechanical engineering graduate from Nagpur University. Consequently, he done his postgraduate, that is MBA Sales and Marketing from Willinger College, Mumbai. He started his career as ZF Steering as a production engineer for 2 years. Consequently, he continued his work as a MSP Steels and Powder as a production manager for Pallet Division for 3 years. Currently, he is a technical sales in metal powder and shots in Pometon, India. He done his training at Pometon, India, Italy facility for production of metal powders and stainless steel shots. Now it's for you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Okay, good afternoon. First of all, good afternoon, everyone. My name is Silesh Ghosh, and I am currently working as a technical sales marketing in Pometon, India, based at Pune. So, my topic is today is removal of unpure metal through short blasting process. So, I'll share my screen first. So, it is visible for everyone
It's not visible, sir.
now.
Now it's coming up, sir. You can use the full screen. Yeah.
Okay,
It's okay,
fine.
Sir.
Okay. So first of all, thank you IIF Chennai chapter to giving me opportunity uh, for the presentation on the topic of related to the foundries. My topic for the today's webinar is removal of unpure layer through short blasting process. Okay. So before starting this presentation, I just wanted to brief where I'm working, what I'm doing, and what my company does. So I just wanted to brief about our company, that is Pometon India, what it does, what it manufactures, and how it manufactures. Okay. So Pometon India, having an experience of 80 years in the production of metal powders and granules. It's based in Italy. Its manufacturing unit is in Italy actually, and we have actually 160 production employees in the Italy facility, and close to turnover of 100 millions. That is the data of 2021. Its headquarters it's in Milan, Italy. This is the only country in the world which manufactures metal powders, both ferrous and non-ferrous, as well as stainless steel powder. Also, we manufacture stainless steel granules for short blasting process. Okay, we have several sales office and marketing office in different parts of the country, like in Germany, Turkey, UK, Spain, Italy, India, and Serbia. Okay, so basically, Pometon manufactures both ferrous and non-ferrous powders, also stainless steel sorts in the product portfolio. So, if we'll consider ferrous powder, we have different grades of iron powder with high alloy, pre-alloyed iron powder, diffusion bonded grades, and plain iron powders. In non-ferrous powders, we have different grades of copper, brass, bronze, zinc, tin, nickel. And stainless steel sorts, all grades of 304, 430, 202 stainless steel grade for blast are available in the product portfolio. Okay, so now we coming to the topic, what is short blasting? Actually, short blasting is a surface treatment process utilizing high velocity shots and abrasive. Short blasting is a strategy through which is conceivable to get great cleaning and surface treatment for secondary operation. Okay, so this question is arise very frequently from many of the manufacturers, that what is the difference between short blasting and short peening. So here is the answer. Actually, short blasting, I already told you, is a blasting of cleaning process, surface treatment process through which we can clean the components whichever for the secondary applications like coating, painting, and other things. And while sort pinning is a process of removing of surface material properties through the addition of compressive stresses, the main purpose of sort pinning is to improve strength and fatigue resistance. And this sort pinning is mostly uses in the industries like gears, spring, pistons, to increase the fatigue strength, to increase the to avoid the wear of the gears. That's it. Short blasting is utilized mainly for which applications? The applications like iron, steel, non-cast forging, GDC, PDC, LPDC, investment casting, etc. Other applications are like preparing surface to be painted and coated. Before that, we required short blasting to remove the oxide layer from the component and avoid the peel off issues after painting and coating. Also, short blasting provides uniform surface and aesthetic look for the better appearance. And while short pinning, I already explained, it is used to increase the stress and wearness of spring and gear and so forth. So these are the different applications used mainly all of the industries in for short blasting. Actually almost in every industries we can see now short blasting are using. If you'll consider automobile also, automotive components, aviations, everywhere it is mainly using short blasting for the surface cleaning and surface preparation. So these are some of the applications like in shipyard, cleaning and preparation of profiles and sheets before painting, portable machine for the maintenance of ship hulls. In automotive components, we can know it is almost used everywhere, whether it is LPDC, GDC, PDC, investment casting, etc. Also, short pinning applications are used in the gears, springs, elastics, gearboxes, piston connecting rods, etc. Or in automotives, cleaning and preparation of truck tires before painting, brake shoes and clutches. In brake shoe also, where it is addition is required, it has to be done through the short blasting process, because after that only the proper addition is achieved. Cleaning and rectified of engine components, block, pistons, etc. Screw mechanical discleaning. In aviation, portable machines of rubber elimination and roughness in the airport tracks. As we have seen already, the marks of the tire, which put it means comes while take off and landing, it can be removed through the short blasting process. Short pinning of airplane components to increase the fatigue resistance, airplane painting removal, etc. Some other applications are like in motorbikes, cleaning and preparation of bicycle frame and tires before painting. Rubber, cleaning and preparation of steel parts and before rubber application. As we know, uh, if we have to join some rubber with metals, it required very rough surface to proper addition of the rubber and metal. So in certain applications, we have to do short blasting with more roughness to which can be used for a proper addition. Okay, concrete and ceramics also for blasting of non-slippery floors, artistic blasting, coach buildings. Nowadays, as we know, India is making all the coaches like Vande Bharat and other coaches. We are exporting also. See, lots number of short blasting are using. We are using for coaches before painting. Metallic structure and profiles. These are all the applications of short blastings. Cleaning and preparation of steel and profiles before painting, we all know. In iron foundries, remove of foil, framework, surface homogenizations, melting of iron, steel, bronze is required. Cleaning of painting system hooks. As we know, this where the painting application happens in certain industries. So what happened after painting, all the jigs were full of paints and other additions, so it has to be removed. It has to be removed through short blasting process only. And in this application, most of the time zinc sorts were used. Zinc sort Zinc sorts were used because it is non-fire flammable actually. But if you'll use other sorts like stainless steel or MS sorts, it may can catches fire. So most of the industry uses zinc sort for this application, mostly for cleaning of jigs in the painting booth. Metallurgical cleaning and preparation of industrial machine before painting. Petroleum and gas cleaning and preparation of CNG gas cylinder and gas petroleum stationary tank before painting. All these applications are very necessary before painting, because if you will not do all this thing, blasting, if you will not do, later on it will come the peeling peel off effect will become after painting maybe. So blasting is necessary. Blasting and short pinning of petroleum pump rods to achieve the desired stress. Iron and steel industries, mechanical and descaling round hexagonal and square bars for wire drawing operation, mechanical descaling of coil rods. This is important actually. Nowadays we can see uh, for the fasteners manufacturing, coil rod is blasted before making a fasteners. But earlier uh, chemical process was used for the descaling purpose, but that was too expensive, even more time taking, and more taking time. So now after sword blasting has um come, time has reduced for the descaling process, even expense is less. So all these are the advantages of sword blasting over using chemical process in coil rod cleaning. So all these are the major applications of short blasting. We can see different sectors also we are using in electrical transformer also. We have to do certain operation of short blasting for the cleaning and preparation of surface and electric transformer. Basically, it is these jobs are done before painting and any coatings to achieve proper surface finish. Now, I'll explain you the casted sorts manufacturing process, how the sorts are manufactured. Means we can understand there are different abrasives we are using for sort blasting. Okay, like cut wire sorts also we are using stainless steel cut wire, MS sorts, MS casted sorts, and different other abrasives we are using for the sort blasting process. But I'll explain you the brief of casted sorts manufacturing process, how the casted sorts manufactures actually. So the first step of the manufacturing process is come with the fusion. Okay, in this process, all the alloying material and scraps like iron, chromium, nickel, whatever the grade of sorts we want to manufacture is fused in a electric arc furnace. Okay, and then this these furnaces are minimum capacity of 15 to 20 tons at a one charge. So in this process, mm, all the alloying materials are melted in a electrical arc furnace, and then it went for a granulations. What happened in granulations? We have to give the shape like round and round shape to the sorts. So in this process, molten metal is poured into a ladle and transferred to the granulation station. What happened here? Here we do air and water automation to give the proper shape, okay, of the stainless steel sorts. Atomization process can be either by air and water both. That depends on what categories of sorts we required actually. During granulation, the furnace is being heated up again and in continuous production cycle. And again, after granulations, the sorts are put it in a water bath where it kept for some times, and after that it went for drying, and after that it comes for a sieving station. In sieving station, sieving is done to segregate the different sizes of sorts what manufactured during the time of granulations. In granulation process, uh, we get different sizes of sorts, not particularly one size of sorts, as we know. So we have to sieve it. We have to separate and segregate all the sizes of sorts according to the requirement of the industries. Okay. And again, this after sieving, all these sorts are kept in a warehousing in a silos uh, to avoid the atmospheric pollutions. After warehousing, s- certain certain grades of sorts required thermal treatment. Thermal, why we do thermal treatment? Thermal treatment is required just to achieve the proper hardness of the sorts. What happened after granulations? We quench it in a water, where the hardness comes very high, actually close to 50 to 50 to 55 HRC. But sometimes what happened, we don't require that much hardness of stainless steel sorts, so we have to do it a thermal treatment to maintain the hardness to uh, up to 45 to 50 HRC. So that is the for not for every grades we do thermal treatment. Yes, for certain grades of stainless steel sorts we have to do thermal treatment just to achieve the hardness. Okay, again, it went for a mechanical treatment. Yes, again, this is not for all the grades of stainless steel sorts. This process is mainly for the stainless steel grades, where the hardness has to be very much like 55 to 60 HRC, and where the shape of the grate has to be angular, not round, just because it can work very aggressively to remove all the scales from forging parts and other where the surface is very hard to remove the scaling mostly. So this process, mechanical treatment process, is mainly for the grit, where we have to change the shape of the sorts into a grit like angular, and also to increase the hardness of the grit, which is very high, that is close to 60 HRC. Okay, so this is all the process about casted sorts of stainless steel. I have not mentioned the stainless steel cut wire manufacturing process. As we know, uh, it is simply wire drawn wire cutted into pieces, and it goes for a uh, you know um, round process. Okay. Okay. Now again, if we are talking about sort blasting process, it is important for the selection of machine, that what kind of short blasting machine we have to use, what are the different types of short blasting is available in the market, how we choose the short blasting machine. Okay. So all these things we will discuss in the further slides. Okay. Short blasting machines are mainly operates in the two types. Most of the people must be knowing, but I'm telling all this thing. Pneumatic blasting and mechanical wheel blasting. Pneumatic blasting is we used high pressure air to operate these short blasting machines, and in mechanical wheel blasting, as we know, we used wheel velocity to for the short blasting purpose. So, and all these are the some application where we all do short blasting, like pre-paint addition, pre-plate finishing, surface cleaning, pinning for strength, all this coating removal, deburring, rust removal, scale removal, etc. So blasting is the acceleration of particles by the air or mechanicals means to a surface or workpiece to achieve the variety and physical effects. All these are the two types. Basically, short blasting machines works on two principles. One is pneumatic and another is mechanical wheel blasting. So in further slides, we will understand how this works. So pneumatic blasting. Pneumatic blasting uses an air compressor to accelerate in an air system combined with media into a two workpieces. Actually, there are two types of use accelerated air. First is suction and another one is pressure. So how suction machine works? Okay, it works in the Venturi principle actually. So if we'll see the diagram, uh, if we'll uh, put the compressed air inside the nozzle, okay, so it creates a negative pressure in the towards the airflow. which cause the blast media to comes and you know eject through the nozzle, which can create the blasting at a time of short blasting process. So this is one type where pneumatic blasting machines are used, which is suction type, and another one is pressure type. So pressure system utilize the pressure pot that, when pressurized with the media in the pot, accelerated the media from the top pot through the blast hose to the nozzle. In this principle, if you'll see the diagram, the compressed air and the blast media are coming from the separate hose pipe. Okay, so after that, when it comes through the pressure system, both compressed and blast media comes together and eject the shots through the nozzle. So this is the another type of shot blasting machine which is commonly used in current industries. So these are some, if you'll see the impact energy, how the impact energy of the pressure shot blasting machine will work. It will be the half of the mass into velocity squared when it becomes apparent that pressure system is highly efficient. When the mass of the media is double, the kinetic energy will be also be doubled. It is very sure for this type of machine. And when the velocity media is double, the kinetic energy is quadrupled. So kinetic energy of this energy is quadrupled when the velocity of the media is doubled. Okay, so this is important actually to understand. Okay. Okay, next is airless, which is mechanical wheel type blasting. This is very commonly type of short blasting machine used in the now industries. Like this can be hanger type of machine, this can be tumbler type of machine, this can be rotary barrel type of machine. It can be of different types, depends on the applications and the size of the component. We can select any of the short blasting. It's totally depend on the size, and it totally depend on the size of the component. It totally depends on the number of the components, and how much time you want to give it for the short blasting process. So this is the most commonly types of short blasting machine, mainly used in the automobile sectors, fastener industries, and other small components industry. Basically, tumbler type and rotary barrel types of machines are commonly used by the fasteners manufacturers, small components manufacturers of automobile, any bushes, any other things maybe. But if we'll consider the big components of LPDC, GDC, and PDC, we have to choose this hanger type of short blasting machine, in which we can at a time at least 60 to 70 components we can blast at a time, depends on the size of the components. So yes, this is the most commonly types of short blasting machine which currently industries are using. Okay, so in this few things we have to be consider while selecting the short blasting machine. And after installation of short blasting machine also, if it is in a regular condition, regular working condition, we have to check several parameters whether it is working properly or not, how we can see, and how what we have to do. Certain things we can check, like inspect the wheel parts daily for wear. Actually it is important to check the wheels of the blasting impaler. If it is worn out, it will not work properly, and it will damage the swords also. So it is important to check the wheels on a daily basis, and check whether it has worn or not. Impaler, I can already told you. Even we can also, it is very important to check the hotspot. Actually, if we'll consider, it is the point where the maximum number of shots are impacted during the shot blasting process. If the impeller wheels are not working properly or adjusted, the shots will be impact in the inside wall of the shot blasting machine instead of the component which we want to blast. So this is very very important actually, to check the hotspot of the machine. Because if we'll not do uh, if we'll not set the hotspot properly, what happened in the running condition, all the shots will impact on the wall, not in the component, and your cost will increase, the consumption of shots will increase, and the proper blasting will not take place, if you'll consider. So it is important in the this type of machines, means hanger type of and any tumbler type of machine. Okay, so another thing is important. If we'll consider about the pneumatic machine, where we are doing shot blasting through nozzle, we have to check if the nozzle uh, are wear out, means more than 25%, we have to change the nozzle. Otherwise it will be harmful for your operator also, and it will be harmful. It will not, the not proper pressure will achieve to blast the component. It is very important. Again again important thing is, if we have to check the sorts of the shot blasting machine. Okay, basically we have to check the separator of the shot blasting machine. What separators do actually, when blasting already done, and it goes to the bucket elevator through screw conveyor, and it goes again to the hopper. So before going to the hopper, it is passes through a separator, where what is the use of separator? The separator actually separates the fresh shots and the fine and dust particles. uh, Separate, it separates all two things, means dust and the shots. It separates. Okay, if the dust will be remain in the shot blasting machine, it will damage your shots. If it will, definitely the efficiency will be uh, less, more less. So we have to check whether our separator of the machine is properly working or not. It is very important. Okay. uh, okay. uh, so if we are talking about shot blasting machine, there are basically six major parts of the shot blasting machine, which we have to discuss here. uh, First is abrasive delivery method by compressed air and centrifugal turbine. Okay, abrasive recovery and cleaning, which I have already spoken about in the last slide, that is separator. Dust collector, which is also a very important part of the shot blasting machine. If dust collector is not properly cleaned, not properly maintained, the bags of the dust collectors has, if it has worn out, then definitely your product, your component finish will not come up to the mark. It will come in a blackish color, or dull finish, very dull finish. So it is, we can say it is the heart of the shot blasting machine, that is dust collector, which is very important. I have seen in many industry, they have not even bothered about the dust collector machine, but it is very important. If we have to get a very good finish and good addition, good aesthetic look, we have to take care of the dust collector on. I was talking about dust collector. Yes, it is very important actually. And uh, if we consider all these six basic subsystems of the shot blasting machine, is all, or are all other things. And also, yes, one more thing is control and instrumentation. So now most of the shot blasting machines are coming with VFD panels and other things. Earlier it was not like so. Earlier, if we have to maintain the speed of the impaler, we have to do it through pulley or in a manual way. But now, yes, most of the shot blasting machines are coming up with VFD, which is very good and helpful for us, because we can set the time, we can set the blasting time, we can set the impeller speed, we can set the impeller motor speed, like that. So what happened in every most of the for different components, we require different speed of the impeller. Sometimes we required high speed for cleaning more fast and more efficiently, but sometime in components like with a thin components, we required lower rpms of speed of the motor. So this VFD panel is, yes, very important nowadays in the shot blasting machine. Okay, these are some machine checklist which is required in every industries actually. Yeah, this is for the hanger type shot blasting machine actually. So what checkpoints we have to check on a daily basis, I have mentioned here. Emergency push button, like emergency push button, impeller liner worn out, short leakage, maintenance of dust pit granulated, rubber liner condition, short separator, inside liner condition, jig, dust collector bag, door sensor, impeller, motor, etc. So these are the some short blasting hanger time machines checklist we have to check daily basis in our industry. Okay, these are the some of the images of components after short blasting. If you will consider the first image, this is uh, aluminum die casting uh, after short blasting with stainless steel swords. Yes, and these are some brass component. If you will consider second image, brass component is there after blasting with stainless steel swords, and these are fastener. The third image, it is also blasted with stainless steel swords. And fourth image is, yes, interesting. I was talking about the coil cleaning of the fasteners rod. uh, so earlier I told you earlier chemical process were used for the coil cleaning of the fasteners rods. Now sword blasting machines are used for these applications, because in the chemical process it is a very long process. It takes so much time, so much expensive, and yes, it is also banned in several state not to use the chemical process for cleaning of rods and other things. So now sword blasting process has comes in this process. So process time has very reduced, expenses also very reduced so much. So yes. Okay. After the selection of machine, media selections means abrasives, and media selection is also very important. Okay. So in next slides, coming slides, we'll see what are the available medias in the market, and how to use and how to select the media. So yes, correct media is choosing correct media for the short blasting is very important actually. It totally depends on the what kind of component you want to blast, what RA value, RZ value you required for the blasting, how aesthetic look you want to see, whether it after short blasting, whether it will go for painting or other coating applications like that. We have to choose. See if we'll consider painting and coating, stainless, mostly most of the industries use stainless steel swords uh, for this type of applications, because if we'll consider the MS swords, means mild steel swords, it has more carbon contents. So after blasting, it definitely spreads some carbon layer into the components, which will affect after the coating, like peel off and other not proper painting and coating uh, can be done. So for painting applications and coating application, yes, stainless steel swords are most preferable for the all these types of applications. Yes, for forging components, yes, MS swords can be used, because uh, we require that much hardness for the forging components, because already it has lots of scaling on the components, so we have to remove it through the hardness, more hardness of the swords. So all these are very important while selecting the media, because considering the size also, we all the medias comes with a different size. So that is also important, which can how the RA value and RZ value is required in your component is depend on totally depends on the is totally depend on the size of the media. So yes, it is very important. So these are some but grades which are used in the sorts. Okay, like 304, which comes with chromium is 18%, nickel 6 to 8%, and carbon and manganese and silicon. Its hardness is up to 230 to 350 HV, and it's austenitic in nature, because 30 it is a 304, means 304 grade stainless steel. And if you'll consider the 202 stainless steel grade, it comes with a same chromium 18% and nickel 1 to 4%, and other things are same, means and hardness is 300 to 400 HV. If you consider the 430 grade, which is mostly commonly used grade in our aluminum casting and aluminum industries for shot blasting of this type of 430 grade sorts, which is only chromium 14% and carbon 0.25% and silicon 2% with hardness up 400 to 600 HV, and its microstructure is Martin stick, not austenitic. Grit, yes. Also, this is another types of abrasive which we used for removal of hard surface and hard scale surfaced. So here the chromium percentage is very high, that is 28%, and the hardness is also very high, and it comes with a angular shape, not in a round shape, which is used for removing of a very hard scales and hardened surface. And brass sorts, yes, it is sometimes it is not that much commonly used sorts, but yes, some industries require brass sorts for their brass component and for where the hardness is very defined. We can't use if the hardness is more, so this hardness is less, so we can use brass sorts. And this is for blast, uh, which is also abrasive, which is commonly used for cleaning of mold, dyes, and which is very efficient actually, because this hardness is very defined and specially made for dye cleaning and mold cleaning. Uh, the advantage of Furblast is, if you'll consider aluminum oxide. Okay, so yes, the hardness is very defined so that it can't damage the tolerance of the uh, mold and the dyes. So this can be used, and other advantage is, if you'll blast through aluminum oxide, it will create lots of dust in your cabinet, in which your operator can't able to see the surface of the blasting where he has to blast. But in the case, if you'll consider the fur blast, no dust generation will be there, very negligible dust generation, and you can easily see where we can blast and how much where we have to blast. That operator can easily check. Okay. Yes, one more thing. This some most of the industries now has a question. One commonly asked question is why 304 grade is magnetic, whether 304 grade sorts is magnetic or non-magnetic. I must say all the SS stainless steels 304 grades are non-magnetic actually, if you'll consider any kind of stainless steel 304 grade. But yes, in some cases of stainless steel sorts, it has to go through a certain process after manufacturing, like for you know for the achieving certain hardness, it has to go for a heat treatment process that I've already told you in my last slides, in the manufacturing process of the casted sorts. So it has to go through uh, heat treatment process to achieve certain hardness. Okay, and after that also, it has for making it more round, it has to go through rounding process. So it can be becomes more round and round, sorts become more round. So all this process uh, means, after doing all this process, the magnetic properties has gone up to 20 to 30%, not properly magnetic. If you'll consider 304 grade is non-magnetic, but because of all this process, yes, sometime it becomes magnetic. So it is not like that, it is not a 304 grade, but yes, due to certain process, it becomes magnetic. So most of the persons in the industries asked you, yeah, why this is 304 grade and why it is magnetic. So we can answer them this thing, that it went through several process after manufacturing, like heat treatment and rounding process, so it becomes magnetic. Okay. Okay, these are commonly used shot blasting media uh, in the industry nowadays. I have made a table with all the abrasives and the efficiency. In the left side column, if you will see, these are all characteristics, means finishing, cleaning, pinning, surface profiling, working speed, recyclability, probability of metal removal, hardness, bulk density, mesh size, blast pressure, shape, etc. And in the above row, if you can see, these are all the abrasive medias which are commonly used nowadays in the industry. So glass bead, ceramic sorts, stainless steel sorts, steel grit, aluminum oxide, silicon carbide, and garnet. All these are along with the efficiency. I have mentioned everything. If you can see, so if we'll consider stainless steel sorts and MS sorts, steel sorts, so finishing, yes, it is good with stainless steel sorts anytime, no problem. But if you'll see pinning, yes, no, the stainless steel sorts can't give pinning effect because due to the hardness and other properties. Okay, so working speed is medium if you'll consider with the stainless steel sorts, and recyclability is high. Yes, probability of metal removal is mid high. Hardness is up from 35 to 55 HRC we can achieve. Bulk density is 280. Mesh size, if you'll consider 20 to 62, it is given, and blast pressure is given. And shape is, if you can say, spherical and globular. It can depends on the uh, manufacturing process. So these are all the abrasive media types with this efficiency. Okay. Okay, these are all about the. I've already spoken about this short blasting machine types, their types, and now short blasting sorts, media, abrasives, and their types with their efficiency. Now some other things like what are the hazards in the short blasting process. This is also important if we'll consider the workers' health and uh, machine health, everything we have to consider all these things. Yes, aluminum dust in the we can see in the aluminum die casting industries, aluminum dust is very very dangerous for our health. um, it also is a very explosive while it get ignited, and also may some occupational health related issues occur due to the inhale of the dust. We have seen actually this aluminum dust is yes, it is important factor we have to consider for the working of the mm, uh, operator of the machine. And second thing is noise. Yes, we have seen if the short blasting machine is not properly installed and not their proper installed, the noise is very much in the machine during the time of short blasting. So it is advisable up to 10 decibel in a decibel meter, uh, that it should not be increased after 10 decibel. The noise should not be more than 10 decibel of the short blasting machine during the time of working time. So it is uh, important. Leakage in the short blasting machine, yes. Leakage in most these types of problem mostly seen in the old short blasting machine where the proper maintenance has not done. So the body leakage will be there. Leakage will be through impeller, through your separator and different parts of the short blasting machine. So this is also hazardous things. Blast nozzle, I've already explained you, if the blast nozzle size is more than 25%, we have to replace it because it is not good for your operator and for the process. Okay. Mm. Okay, environmental reason to use abrasives for short blasting. Why we are using short blasting? Why don't we use other things for blasting purpose? So short blasting technique is the only way, a few option that provides environmental friendly options for the removal of corrosion and preparation of the surface. Yes, the process involves the use of abrasion to clean the surface of the component. We use abrasion only, means whether it may be steel sorts, MS sorts, stainless steel, garnet, aluminum oxide, whatever it is. So we use abrasive for the shot blasting process. No harmful chemicals like H2SO4, HCl are used during this process. As I've already told you, for certain applications like for cleaning of the rod, chemical process earlier used, but now slowly it is changing over to the shot blasting process. As earlier in the chemical process, harmful chemicals were used to clean the and clean the rods, iron rods and other things. Okay. Okay, other last slide. This is most important actually. Sort disposal, dust disposal. Where we have to dispose the sorts dust. This is the most commonly questions asked during the time of my visit, and several industries asked me this question: where to dispose these sorts dust, and what we can do or what we can't do with this. So yes, this is hazardous, so we can't throw it here and there, because it has certain norms in different state to dispose. We have to do proper documentation proof for the disposal of the salt blasting dust, because during the time of audit we have to show all the proof of the you know uh, process, what we has done, what we have done with the this dust and other things. So few areas where we can recycle or sell your sawdust, uh, sawdust, like few of the foundries uses this dust as a catalyst to increase the energy of the furnace. uh, so not everyone, but yes, few foundries are there in India where they use sawdust as a catalyst to increase the energy of the furnace, and some firecracker industries are also using to mix with this explosives to make a firecracker. So this is important actually, disposable of sorts, everything we have done. So this disposal is also we have to take a consideration. Okay, thank you from my side. Thank you so much for joining.
Thank you, sir. Uh, Audience, if you have any questions, actually, you can ask questions actually to Mr. Silesh.
Yeah, Rajmohan, this is Prabhakaran.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I have some questions. Mr. Silesh,
Yes,
thanks for the presentation.
thank you.
There are certain aspects which we don't know,
Okay,
which you have explained today. We learned
okay,
something new.
okay.
Thanks for your presentation.
Thank you so
Uh,
much.
yeah, Sailesh, uh, can you explain how to achieve the efficiency from the shot blasting machine?
Okay, okay, good question actually. See, few things we have to take, you must have to take in consideration. Like I've already told you, for the proper efficiency of the sword blasting machine, two three things we have to be taken measure. Like first thing is a selection of the machine. It is very important, as I've already told you. If we have a bigger component, we have to select the hanger type of sword blasting machine, and that too we have to consider how much components in a per cycle we are putting it in a short blasting machine. If you have a bigger component, we have to definitely take with a bigger hanger type short blasting machine. Second thing is, to achieve the more efficiency, we have to check the hardness of the sorts, hardness of the component. It is important actually. Suppose if the hardness of the component is 30 to 30, 40 to 45 HRC, and we are blasting it through the short blasting balls of 30 to 35 HRC, then it is no worth actually, because the component hardness is more than your the short blasting balls hardness. So it is very necessary to know the components hardness, the sorts hardness before blasting. uh, Hello.
Yeah,
Yes, yes, this is important actually. Also, second thing is how many impeller you have in your shot blasting machine, whether it is one or two impeller, and hotspot is properly set up or not. Because all the shots, if it is not going to the component, then definitely it is going to the wall of the inside wall of the shot blasting machine, which damage the shots, and which will not give you the proper efficiency. Also, the speed of the impaler is important, and even the ampere reading of the both the impeller motors is important actually. we can, if we'll check the impeller ampere, if it is close, if suppose it is 15 HP motor, then the ampere of the impeller should be close to 15 to 18 ampere. Otherwise, it means the shorts, if the ampere is less, then the shorts in the machine is less. So that is also important actually to check. So, and this is the right way to check the means capacity of shorts in the short blasting machine. Is it clear? I think I have.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much.
So any more questions we have?
I have another question also.
Okay.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead.
Can I?
Yes, yes, please.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. In case of cast iron,
Mm-hmm.
they use sand mold
Okay.
and sand core.
Okay.
So in that case, which type of shots is suitable? Whether to go for a steel shot or a stainless steel shot or a grit or a cut wire shot, which will be more efficient in the sand casting process?
Okay. You are talking about investment casting?
Investment cast iron also.
Casting?
Yeah.
Sand casting.
Yes, sand casting.
Okay. Okay. Actually, see, depend on the application. What exactly? Depend on the application what exactly it is required. Sometime what happened, just to remove the sand from the component, uh, certain industries do blasting through aluminum oxide or through steel sorts. Okay, but yes, if they want finish also in the blast after blasting, not just to remove the sand, yeah, I can advisable, it is very useful if you'll use the stainless steel grit, because the hardness is very good and it will definitely remove the sand from the component very fastly. Also at the same time, it will give you a very good finish after blasting. So I will suggest to go with stainless steel grit.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks, Silesh.
Thank you.
So, okay, sir. Any more questions? If there's no questions, I'll go with the vote of thanks. On behalf of IIF Chennai chapter, we want to express our sincere thanks to everyone who participated in today's webinar. Thank you to Mr. Silesh for sharing your
Thank you.
knowledge and insights in the field of short blasting with us. Your expertise is invaluable. To all the participants, your active participation and engagement made this event special. Thank you for being part of this learning. Thank you,
Thank you.
everyone, for making this webinar a success. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Silesh.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.